Greetings, everyone. Mega Mighty Marvel Blu-rays and a DVD or two. No, just one. One DVD and a bunch of Blu-rays. Marvel Blu-rays. Marvel Comics-based movies and stuff on Blu-ray. Today on the Multimedia Chronicles. Welcome back. Well, as you know, I've been trying to focus on getting caught up on all the comic book based movies that I've missed over the past almost 10 years. Yeah, I didn't realize till I actually started actively sitting down and trying to get caught up just how many of them I've missed. Holy crap, there's been a lot of them lately. Wow, I still haven't gotten up to Iron Man. Yeah, like the current like Marvel movie universe batch, like Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America, and then the Avengers movie coming out. I haven't seen any of them. I have seen none of them. Yeah, so I'm going to get on that soon. Don't worry. But anyway, for now, there was a few other ones that I needed to get caught up on and found them on sale, so why not make that now? So first off, this is one that I mentioned I wanted to pick up a while back. I think it was when I was talking about the Fantastic Four animated shows on DVD of quite a few videos back. Yeah, so I picked up one of the bargain 3-packs that they have out that has, there we are, both Fantastic Four movies and the director's cut of Daredevil. So let's take a quick look here. So we just got the nice box. I'm probably just going to keep the box there because it's, you know, the Marvel movie box. So we got the Fantastic Four. This is actually an early Blu-ray release. It still uses MPEG-2 encoding. And I was kind of disappointed to see that it does not include the extended cut. So I actually did hang on to my extended cut DVD, which I still have, which is awesome. Want to see it? Fine, I'll go get it. Hold on, I'll go find it. It's over here somewhere. Here. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Just so you believe me. There we go. Extended cut of the Fantastic Four. And it's quite nice. And this actually does include the theatrical edition as well. And it is a 2-disc set. This is quite a nice set. I have only actually watched the extended version. And the extended version I thought was actually pretty damn good. I don't know what everybody's problem was with it. The only issue I had was I thought Dr. Doom could have been done better. But otherwise, like the characterizations of the four themselves, I thought was great. Michael Chiklis as Thing, fantastic. Fantastic. Chris Evans as Human Torch, absolutely hilarious. Perfect casting. Jessica Alba as Susan Storm, yeah, not so much. And guy whose name I can't pronounce as Reed Richards, he was okay, I guess. But these two here, they really made the movie for me. Anyway. So that's good stuff. So anyway, at least I've got the theatrical version on Blu-ray. Hopefully we'll get the extended cut at some point, but not right now. And then finally, got to see Fantastic Four versus the Silver Surfer. Not versus the Rise of the Silver Surfer. I was really hoping when this came out it would mean we'd get the Silver Surfer cartoon on DVD, but sadly we did not. The only issue I had with this, I think, is the issue everybody else had with it. Galactus. What the hell did they do to Galactus in this? Seriously, like everything else I thought was great. I actually was having a blast with it. I thought the Surfer was done really well. I thought, you know, again, more great camaraderie between the four. Jessica Alba, they keep trying to make her look like a blue-eyed blonde, but I'm sorry, it's just not working. We all know she's Latino. She's a beautiful, beautiful Latino woman. She's just not a blue-eyed blonde. She just isn't. But whatever. Anyway, a bit of miscasting there, but otherwise, you know, again, not too bad of a movie, and I enjoyed it. And I don't care what anybody says. And then we got, of course, the Daredevil director's cut, which I had not seen since I had it on DVD. I watched this again shortly after acquiring this set. Good old Eco Pack there, and let me show you here. This one is more recent DVD or Blu-ray, of course. It doesn't want to spin. Spin, 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 damn you, spin! There we go. More or less straight. Anyway, so this uses, I believe, AVC codec. Yeah, this is AVC, so this looks a little nicer than the old MPEG-2 one. But I forgot just how damn good this is. I know a lot of people slagged off the director's cut, and there's even featurettes on here where they talk about the differences and why. Sorry, slag off the theatrical cut. It's late. I'm tired, as usual. But the director's cut is a whole different ball of wax. This is actually the original cut of the movie, and then they took this into their computer editing software and pared it down into what they called the speed cut, which was the theatrical cut, where basically it focused more on the action, less on the characterization. Well, this has all the great characterization stuff back in, and I think it makes it a way better movie. I have not watched the theatrical cut. I believe this includes it, if I'm not mistaken. I am mistaken. It does not include it. So who cares? We don't have the theatrical cut on Blu-ray. But who cares? Everybody hates the theatrical cut. This is where it's at. Daredevil Director's Cut. So, anyway, good stuff. Enjoyed that very much. And, you know, having Daredevil, I had to pick up the spin-off, Elektra, the Director's Cut. Now, this one I kind of expected to follow in the same footsteps as Daredevil and be just an amazing film because it's the director's cut, but apparently this did not fare quite so well. I am not overly familiar with the character of Elektra. I have not read any of the Elektra comics. I just kind of have a passing familiarity from hearing about it when I was collecting comics back in the day. When I was collecting comics, Elektra Assassin was a big popular miniseries, and I remember hearing a lot about it. You know, another big notable Frank Miller opus, and Frank Miller did his run on Daredevil around the same time, and like that I was collecting and stuff like that. So I remember hearing a lot about it, but I just never read any of them, so I was never a big fan. But even just as a standalone movie, you know, it has some moments, but I know some of my friends have issues with it because it's just kind of takes every famous, as I think Skinslit put it, it takes like every famous moment from every famous kung fu movie ever and blatantly rips them off. And yeah, that's unfortunate because I liked Jennifer Garner. I didn't really have a big issue with her. I just thought that this was a big departure from the Daredevil movie, because the Daredevil movie, the director's cut in particular, is this wonderfully dark, depressing movie that really delves deep into the psychology of the characters and whatnot, whereas Elektra is essentially a kung fu flick. You know, not that that's a bad thing, but it's just, you know, if you're going to do a kung fu flick, at least try to do something original with it, you know, or at least if you're gonna rip off classic moments, do it more in the form of an homage rather than as a blatant rip-off. You know, Kill Bill. Kill Bill is a perfect example of how to do a kung fu movie and keep it respectful of the source material. Just saying. Anyway, that was Elektra. Then there was another sequel that I've been wanting to. Well, actually, it's not really even a sequel. It kind of stands on its own. There's one that I've been wanting to pick up for quite a while. By the way, I got this for $20. I think I got this for $7 or $8, if I remember correctly. This I don't remember because I got it so bloody long ago. So anyway, there was another one that I wanted to check out for a very long time. Punisher Warzone. Now this one I had heard a lot of really mixed reviews about, because a lot of people are big fans of the Thomas Jane version. This is the extended cut of the Thomas Jane version. I'm a big fan of the Thomas Jane version. I love this movie. I think it's fantastic. Yeah, it diverts quite a bit from the origin story, but it works. You know, it's effective, it's tragic, and it sets up the character quite nicely. And I'm even a fan of the Dolph Lundgren version. As you can see, I have all three. And yeah, I mean, this is just, I enjoy this for the cheese fest that it is. But even still, for 1989, this was pretty dark and gritty and violent. Easily the most violent comic book adaptation that existed at the time, and you know, it's fun for what it is. But in terms of just pure gritty blood and guts action, I actually really enjoyed this a lot. I thought it was really well done. This is apparently based more on the what the hell is it, Grant Ennis comics. The current or more recent Marvel Max line Punisher comics. And I mean, you can see just from the cover even, I mean, that looks like the cover of one of the comics kind of thing, like the same style. And looking at the the featurettes on here, it seems clear that everyone involved was big fans of the original comics and really wanted to do it justice. And as near as I can figure, they did. You know, I mean, a lot of people complain about the violence and stuff being over the top and it being too gory. And it's like, have you read any Punisher comics? Okay, granted, I'm not overly familiar with the recent comics, but I've read a lot of the old ones. And for me, the violence level was just right. In fact, it could have been a little more violent. You know, this is the fucking Punisher. This is not, you know, Spider-Man, do-gooder, going around having moral dilemmas about what to do about the bad guys. No, this is the Punisher. He shoots them in the face and then moves on. All right, that's just the way he operates, and that's all there is to it. And in that, I think they did admirably with this. I enjoyed this a lot. So let's put that there, and we'll put that there, and we'll put that there. Look at that; they all kind of line up. Isn't that beautiful? All right, and last but most certainly not least, you know I was a huge fan of this. I had the Canadian exclusive Steelbook Complete Series DVD set, which I sold to Planet Beer Wagon a while back, so I know it went to a good home. Hope you're enjoying that, Travis. And then I heard that it was coming out on Blu-ray, and I thought, well, that is the perfect way to replace the loss of the Steelbook, because the Blu-ray not only upgrades the whole series to high definition, going right from the high def masters, but also has a ton of extras on it. I'm of course talking about the best adaptation of our favorite team of mutants since the 90s series, Wolverine and the X-Men. This is just a wonderful, wonderful series, and it's such a shame that it got canceled after one season, but are we really surprised? All the good ones just seem to disappear. So here we got the whole thing on, I guess, three Blu-rays, and we got a whole pile of extras on there as well, which I'll probably do a video about at some point. Anyway, yeah, very, very nice additions to the Marvel collection. So a whole bunch of new Blu-rays to complement some of the DVDs I've got. It'd be nice if some of the holdouts here actually do come to Blu-ray. The Punisher is on Blu-ray, of course, but like the 2004 version, but it is only the theatrical cut, you know, which is good. I mean, I think in this case, I think the theatrical cut is good, but I do like what was added in the extended cut. I think it does add a few more layers to the story, which is quite nice, and you know, it's good stuff. And I just think Thomas Jane made a great Punisher. Great Punisher. But what's his face? Ray Stevenson. Yeah, I thought Ray Stevenson did a really good job too. One user on IMDb I heard described Ray Stevenson's Punisher as his 1,000-yard stare has a 1,000-yard stare. You know? So, yeah, this is a guy, you take one look at his face and you know he is a tortured person. A lot of inner demons going on there. Yep. Anyway, there you go. Some new additions to the mighty Marvel Mania collection. I'm having a great time, and I know there's a lot more to go. I've even got some more to show. Actually, one thing I guess I can show you, since I showed Wolverine and the X-Men, is I finally completed the X-Men set. Speaking of the 90s series, let's just quickly get that out there so you know. I figure why not. So, ta-da! There you go. That's the whole darn series. And I should mention also, apparently I was mistaken, and these are the original uncut as aired episodes. Now, the only discrepancy is the confusion I had was the first two episodes on Volume 1 were different from the versions that I had on VHS back in the day. And apparently the reason for that is because they went back and they redid things, they fixed things, they cut some stuff out, but they also added some stuff. So really it's not a matter of one being right and the other being wrong, they're just two different versions. So there's the original version that was on the VHSs and was the original aired version. Then there's the later revised version, which has the exact same running time, but fixes a lot of the mistakes and adds some additional material in there. So that's the version that's on the DVD, is the revised version. So if you want to get the original version, just track down one of the old VHS releases. They're pretty abundantly out there, and there was several releases of them, so you should have no trouble tracking that down at all and getting it cheap. As for the rest, the only problems were there's a couple of other episodes that have alternate cuts. I think No Mutant is an Island has an alternate cut, and that's one of the reasons it was originally pushed back, was because they wanted to do some revision to it. And then we have, I can't remember specifically which episodes. I think Stormfront is one that has a couple of minor issues. The only other issue that came up was apparently some of the episodes were taken from PAL Masters, I guess because the NTSC Masters were damaged or something like that. I don't know what the full story is. Disney doesn't really say much about these things. But that's usually the case. Like, I know some TV show sets I've had would be the original uncut network versions for most of them, with the occasional random syndicated episode thrown in, I guess because the original network versions were either lost or damaged. So you know they had a good reason for swapping them out, and they wouldn't have done so otherwise. So it seems to be the same case with X-Men. I mean, this is basically this is as close to a perfect set as we're likely to see, apparently. So yeah, so buy with confidence. Apparently I was wrong. I will always be the first to admit when I'm wrong about something, provided you can prove that I'm wrong. Well, it has been proven irrefutably that I am wrong, because I was pointed to some articles that explained everything and explained what the differences were. And I talked about them over on the Shout Factory forums. I think there's a discussion thread there about the X-Men releases, even though they have nothing to do with Shout Factory. Yeah, so good. So now that I know that and I can rest easy, I'm actually really looking forward to sitting down and marathoning all 76 episodes of the 90s X-Men series. Yeah, so good stuff. And as you can see, I did get them all with the slipcovers, so very pretty indeed. I'll probably do some kind of feature video about these at some point, maybe after actually sitting down and watching all of them. Yeah, so anyway, quite a meaty update this time. A lot of Marvel stuff. Let's throw the X-Men up here too. There we go. Okay, and there, and just kind of randomly all over the place. There we go. X-Men, X-Men, X-Men. Alrighty. Well, that is it for me to you for now. So until next time, thanks for watching, and sayonara.